Today we'll be talking about my literature project, The Beggars Opera. Literacy theory chosen, post-feminism. Table of contents. First we'll be talking about the Beggars Opera summary, themes from the Beggars Opera, my thesis statement, literature presented in the Beggars Opera, post-feminism, post-feminism throughout the Beggars Opera, my conclusion, and my works cited. The Beggars Opera summary. The Beggars Opera is a play that explores conflict surrounding Mr. and Mrs. Peachum, Polly, and Machief. It begins with Mr. and Mrs. Peachum having a conversation about Polly and Machief seeking information from others to determine if they have a romantic relationship. They confront Polly about it, and she informs them that she is married to Machief and states that she is in love. Mr. Peachum tells Polly that her husband is a murderer and that he collects money from turning in criminals, and sets up a plan to capture him when they think Polly isn't listening in their room. Polly later conversates with Machief and tells him that her mother and father are plotting evidence on him to get ready to capture him, implying that they have to depart from each other. Mr. Peachum captures Machief by using other women as bait at a bar and waits until he is drunk to put him under arrest. While at the jailhouse, Machief tells another woman, Lucy, that if she helps him get free, she could also be his wife. While still being married to Polly, Polly then visits Machief in prison while Lucy is still there, which raises the tension and also causes a disturbance in the prison. Lucy aids Machief in getting out of prison because she also loves him. Machief later meets with his gang to discuss who crossed them and what actions they should take to get back at him. Mr. Peachum meets up with two lawyers to discuss what happens at the prison and how they're going to get him back. Mr. Peachum later tracks down, with the help of Mrs. Trapes and her assistants. They take Machief to court for his trial. They find him guilty and they sentence him to death. When Machief was on the stand, about to be killed, a messenger came and delivered a pardon from the Queen. Themes from the Beggars Opera. The Beggars Opera was a story that presented a good bit of characters that I could know the conflict behind their actions. In the Beggars Opera, they used the story of Machief to show multiple themes. A theme I got was that no matter how bad your actions are, they can always be forgiven. I also got that wanting more only leaves you with less when he wanted a second wife. I also got a theme from Polly and his wife that people aren't always as they seem. I also got a theme from the Queen that we didn't hear much about in the passage. It was, even the people we don't know are worth giving a second chance. Mr. and Mrs. Peachum gave me the themes of family can also be deceiving when plotting against Polly's husband to capture him. Matt and the crew gave me a theme of staying loyal to your leader can work in your favor sometimes. The value of nothing states the Beggars Opera itself liberally exploits the scaffold romance of crime and punishment. Sweetie states that betrayal revolving around the highwayman, Machief, his many women, and various associates in the criminal underworld. These are some of the themes of love, loyalty, deceivance, mercy, betrayal, and greed. My thesis statement. John Gay constructs the views of post-feminism in the Beggars Opera through the positions of Miss Peachum, Lucy Lockett, and Mrs. Trapes during the conflicts and plot changes in the passage. Literature presented in the Beggars Opera / post-feminism. The Beggars Opera had a lot of conflicts and stories of the people prompt multiple literary ideas throughout the passage. The social The society of the Beggars Opera allowed multiple literary criticisms, like the Marxist criticism and the post-colonial criticism that could be implied throughout the passage. The backstory of the people throughout the story also allows criticisms like the queer theory and feminist criticisms that could also be implied throughout the passage. The criticism that I chose was post-feminism because the story really gave a good range of the women with different statuses and also conveyed their power and their positions really well throughout the story. Post-feminism throughout the Beggars Opera. Post-feminism was shown from the main women throughout the passage by showing their positions of power from either what they could or couldn't control. Post-feminism was shown through Mrs. Peachum when she was plotting against Machief and tried to talk to Polly about it. Miss Peachum states, "But your duty to your parents, hussy, obliges you to hang them. What would a manny wife give for such an opportunity?" Page 14, Act 1. This shows the advancements of post-feminism at the time, where women had the power to assist in controlling other people's destinies. Post-feminism was shown through Lucy through her actions and assistance during Machief's escape from prison. Lucy states, "My father, I know, have been drinking hard with the prisoners, and I fancy he is now taking his nap in his own room. If I could procure the keys, shall I go off with thee, my dear?" Page 38, Act 2. This implies that Lucy helped Machief escape from prison, showing the power that women have from a wife and being a daughter of a rich man positions. Post-feminism is shown through Miss Trapes because she aided Mr. Peachum and Mr. Lockett in the recapture of Machief. Miss Trapes states, "Though he thinks I have forgotten, nobody knows it better. I've taken a great deal of the captain's money in my time at second hand, for he always loved to have his ladies well dressed." Page 46, Act 3. This shows the power from a woman that is on a hot seat and has people working for her, that she can also assist in helping Mr. Peachum and Mr. Lockett in setting up Machief again. Conclusion. The conflicts and plot changes of Miss Peachum, Lucy Lockett, and Mrs. Trapes allows John Gay to construct the views of post-feminism in the Beggars Opera. While reading this book, you get a good range of characters' backgrounds and conflicts to where you can put yourself in their shoes at a certain point in the story and either feel what they're feeling or even imagine yourself doing what the author describes the characters did. Throughout this time, the society was full of criminals, gangs, poor people, rich people, and women and men either in power or looking for a man in power. Some of the women in this story had a word of their own during this time and contributed to the cause of capturing criminals. Some had a high status because of how rich their fathers were, and some of them were wives of the husbands with power. How do you feel? Did you see the views of some of the women of this time and how influential their actions was on someone? Being able to aid in capturing the criminal, and even more strength of power, being able to aid in his escape from prison, you had to have some power to do those things. In my works side phase, hope you have an amazing day.